Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So guys, we hit $3 for one XRP yesterday, July the 14th, 2025. This courtesy of Anders. At the moment, XRP price struggling to get up above that $3 mark, guys. I've got the 1 hour chart here, but as you guys can see, we are actually starting to make our way up over the last couple of hours now. XRP is, moving back from about $2.85. Now we're at about $2.91 per coin. Over the last few days, we have seen a significant turn for XRP. And now it's a matter of where XRP price will cap out. I mean, we still haven't gone up above all-time high, but these are the things that I'm discussing over there at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. If you guys care to join the conversation. Apparently, Bitcoin also did too, flip Amazon. Bitcoin just overtook Amazon to become the 5th largest asset in the world by market cap. Guys, take a look at this chart here. So we got gold up here. Market cap is at 22.641 trillion. NVIDIA follows that along with Microsoft and Apple. But then Bitcoin, guys, overtook Amazon, $2.432 trillion. Now, I don't know if that's the case currently because the Bitcoin price has stalled out. Let's bring up the Bitcoin chart here. You guys can see Bitcoin did go as high, created a new all-time high of about $123,223. But guys, look at that sell-off right down in there. Sell-off was quite significant on Monday evening, bringing Bitcoin price back down. Now we're monitoring this to see if we can stay above this new level of support, about 116,600. So you guys can probably see it in there. Bitcoin is bouncing, wicking down below this new level of support down in here on the micro level. Again, this is the 1 hour chart, but when we zoom out on the daily, you guys can see on the daily, Bitcoin is still very, very bullish. The trajectory is obviously trending upward, even though we did see this one day where Bitcoin did come back down. So Bitcoin is trying to find its footing. It did reach a new milestone, getting up above Amazon in terms of market cap. But Bitcoin doesn't always get 3 moves to extreme greed in a cycle. I guess we should also just comment on the technical analysis. This courtesy of CryptoCon, but I think this will definitely be one of them. Currently in the lower values of greed with plenty of room to grow. So what he's noticing here, ultimate fear and greed, Bitcoin still only at 2.72 out of 8 for greed. Okay, this is a different fear and greed index, but we do have to get up in this darker green bar. So we are still, haven't even cleared the light green bar yet. So that would be greed. Bitcoin generally doesn't see this, as you guys can see back in between 2019 and 2021. We only saw it twice. Same in 2017, 2012, 2013. We did see this go into extreme greed 3 times. And guys, we're probably going to see it in 2025. Currently, what we're seeing, Bitcoin in greed. So we're at 70 here. Altcoins are starting to move a little bit. The market cap, as you guys can see, though, is down today. So within the last 24 hours, we are seeing market cap down by 3.55%. Same with the CMC 100. That's down by 3.73. We've got red in the space. Over the last couple of days, though, we have seen serious green on the chart. So this red is a bit of a breather, okay? But what are we to expect next? The opening is above the fib 702 level despite a small wick. Just ignore it for now. This courtesy of Egg Crypto here. In about 16 hours, we need to close the 3-day candle above the top wick of the March 2nd candle. Guys, if we close above $3.01, get ready for a new all-time high. So what Egg Crypto here is noticing is we're getting very, very close to that level. And what he's noticing here is the 702. Very, very important for XRP. Let's bring up the XRP chart so I can show you guys what he's talking about here. So a few things that I wanted to make note of. If we take a fib and throw it on the most recent activity on the XRP chart. Okay, so this is the micro time frame, but you guys can see getting up above the 0.612. That was critical. Now we're trying to stay up above the 0.786. And so how high could we get? What would be the next level up here? It would be $3.17. Still not breaking former all-time high of about $3.40. Let's just zoom out to the 1-day chart here. And if we take a look at the 1 day and we take a look at this most recent trend, guys, from the beginning of, let's call it the election cycle, okay, since the beginning of November, getting up here above the 0.702, very, very significant. And again, if we stay up above this level here, the 0.786, that would be the $3.01 roughly. That would mean, that would mean a breakout to the upside over all-time high, over $3.40. So XRP really trying to do this, really trying to get up above here. Let's zoom in again. Really trying tooth and nail to get up above $3.01 now. So now we're bouncing off the 0.702. But guys, this rebound above and conviction staying above this level, that would set this cryptocurrency up to go even higher, I think. Let's zoom out again back to the daily chart, but I'm going to take it off the Coinbase. And I'm going to bring up the Bitstamp chart just so we can have some more history on the chart here. So let's take a look now at where we are today vis-a-vis this most recent downturn. And as you guys can see here, we're butting up against this level up here. We're getting very, very close to the 1.618. So if we take a look at the chart here, the 1.618 brings us up to about $2.99. So getting very, very close to that $3 mark again. This is significant, and if you guys want to know what my next targets are going to be, follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel, because I'm looking at all these types of things. I'm going to be publishing a few new updates this week. Now that we are seeing the market engaging, I think it's getting clearer and clearer where my targets are going to be for XRP. So check it out, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. And guys, do you know why we're seeing this crypto pump? Stuart Alderati posting this. As Congress works on historic crypto legislation this week, the stakes couldn't be higher. I think people were front-running the crypto market before crypto week. As you guys can see, the excitement started with Bitcoin and started over the weekend, knowing full well that we were entering crypto week. It even started kind of mid-week last week. And on Monday, we really didn't get any kind of significant announcement. So the sell-off occurred over here. But that's not to say that we won't hear more news. 55 million Americans now own crypto, and 3 in 4 say we need smart, clear laws. These bills are designed to protect the everyday Americans who own and use digital assets. The National Cryptocurrency Association will continue to be a trusted resource, educating and demystifying crypto as the landscape evolves. So that is Stuart Alderati's comment there. Of course, we do need more clear rules of the road. This is what's going to get crypto even more mainstream. Eleanor Turret also commenting, the big 3 banking regulators, the US OCC, Federal Reserve, and FDIC just issued joint guidance on how banks should approach custodying crypto assets. So guys, this is brand new, and Eleanor Turret did link the link down in here. I do link everything in the description, so if you guys want to find that, just go check that out down there. The guidance doesn't create new rules, but reaffirms that banks must apply existing risk management, legal, and compliance frameworks when holding crypto on behalf of their customers. If you guys want to know the highlighted points here, banks can hold crypto for customers in fiduciary or non-fiduciary roles, but they must follow existing laws and risk management principles. Number 2, key risks for banks to consider, cybersecurity, cryptographic key control, volatile markets, AML, CFT, and OFAC compliance, and third-party oversight. Number 3, if a bank holds the keys, it holds the liability. So full control equals full responsibility. Same with if you guys hold your own keys, then you're completely responsible for your cryptocurrency. An interesting nugget in the section, the guidance says that banks must ensure that only they, not even the customer, can access the keys, which they call the standard for true control. Third-party custody vendors are allowed, but banks remain on the hook for their actions and must do due diligence on them. So the bottom line, the banking regulators will allow institutions to custody crypto, but it will be highly scrutinized and it will be a high liability practice. So a couple of things here, a bit of a double-edged sword. Crypto is turning more mainstream, which means cryptocurrency providers, banks, they are going to be able to hold and control your cryptocurrency. If you decide to go that route, they are going to be able to hold and control your cryptocurrency the same way they control the money in your bank account. So if you guys want, and it's a choice still, if you guys want to take that route and you want to, hand over your keys to your bank, I guess you can. There still is another option, self-custody, cold wallet storage. This is personally what I love. I do have the Ledger Nano. I do have an affiliate link in the description, and I have it there for ease of use. If you guys want to use my affiliate link, it's greatly appreciated. You don't have to use it, but if you do want to keep your cryptocurrency safe and you don't necessarily want your bank to be holding your cryptocurrency, it's another option for you guys. Wanted to thank Eleanor Turret for posting that, Stuart Alderati, Egg Red Crypto, of course, CryptoCon, Coin Bureau, and Anders for posting those. It is becoming more clear. Even Circle CEO Jeremy Allaire came out on CNBC stating the same. Major institutions are making it clear that stablecoins will be key to how money moves globally. Listen to this.
Well, it's been an exciting time, obviously, for what we do. I think just overall the awareness about stablecoins, the role that they can play, major institutions really making it clear that this is going to be a key part of the way money moves in the world. And as the leading regulated stablecoin network in the world, we're I think in a really we're in a great place to build on that. And this is a moment where it's been a long time since you've actually had an upgrade to the financial system, to the very nature of what electronic money is, and digital currency really represents that. And we're, as I like to say, still in the very early days of this. And so we think about, just like Treasury Secretary Bessent talks about trillions of dollars of stablecoins in the coming years, major investment banks and others looking at trillions of dollars of stablecoins. We can imagine a world where stablecoin money is the primary way that transactions happen on the internet, and that's what we're going after.
I think that is the message from your stock performance, right? That something transformational is happening. But can you just explain what the major use cases are for your stablecoin, USDC?
Yeah, so we operate a stablecoin network, and it's important to understand there's the actual digital money, like the USDC asset or the Euro stablecoin asset, but it's a network. And that network consists of thousands of products and services that have integrated to our network that provide utility. Those are wallets available to users, households, businesses in almost every country in the world. Those are financial services products that are built on blockchains that allow people to invest, to save, to lend, to borrow, and then an enormous amount of growth that we've been seeing in international transactions. I like to say, like, when's the last time you sent a cross-border email? Doesn't really register. Like, what are you even talking about? And we've talked about cross-border payments and the challenges. I think stablecoin money is for the first time creating a way for people to transact the same way that they message with WhatsApp, the same way that they use the internet for everything else, directly with people, instantly, at virtually no cost. And so we're seeing these kinds of international transactions for businesses, for households, and then even within countries where people are finding they want to store their money in digital dollars rather than their local currencies, and they want to transact with the freedom of transactions that you get from just having software on a mobile device on a phone. And so we're seeing the unlocks in terms of use cases growing, and now we're seeing that start to move into more traditional areas. So major payments companies like Stripe, or e-commerce companies like Shopify, or capital markets companies like Intercontinental Exchange, large players in payments and capital markets are starting to implement stablecoins as a way to move money, settle transactions, support commerce, and other things. And so it's finding utility in a lot of different areas.
Finding what that solution is, the utility in many different areas. As you heard Jeremy Allaire say here, it's not just the United States of America. It's many different people in many different countries. They might want to use a U.S. denominated stablecoin for purposes like, storing wealth. Their country's currency is going downhill. Maybe it's been hit by extreme inflation. And so what they can do is they can store value in a USDC or something similar. USDC is one of the prominent ones. The other thing that the U.S. government is really striving to do is maintaining U.S. dollar dominance. Crypto was created to replace the petrodollar system. When you think about it, it kind of makes sense. This courtesy of Digital Asset Buy, this is a clip of Jim Rickards explaining just that. Listen to this.
We did not lose our reserve currency status because of the Petrodollar Accord in 1974. And I had a role in that. It was my first meeting on official business in the White House. I met with Helmut Sonnenfeld, who was the deputy national security advisor. He was known as Kissinger's Kissinger. Kissinger was the national security advisor. Helmut was the deputy, but everyone thought Helmut was smarter than Henry. So he was sort of the big brain. We were working on the invasion of Saudi Arabia. It was Jerry Parsky and Bill Simon, who was Secretary of the Treasury.
Jerry Parsky's been on this show.
Oh, well, he's great.
Yeah, he's wonderful. He's probably episode 3. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good cop, bad cop routine. So Parsky and Simon were the good cops. They went to Saudi Arabia and said, if you price oil in dollars, everybody in the world is going to need dollars because they need oil. But you can take the dollars and put them at Citibank, and then Citibank will lend to South America. They'll buy our stuff, and the whole system will keep going. And it worked. But that was the carrot. The stick was invading Saudi Arabia, setting up a security perimeter around the oil fields, setting the price, pumping the oil, putting it in trust for the future Arab people, basically taking over Saudi Arabia's oil fields. So that was the team I was working on. And we leaked it to the Chicago Tribune. And anyway, that's the whole story. But it worked. Basically, Parsky did that deal along with Bill Simon. But my point is, Nixon devalues the dollar 95% measured in gold, and also against the other currencies. That was the Smithsonian Accord, a Smithsonian Agreement, they called it. But we got about a 20% devaluation against the yen, but everything went down against gold. But we preserved our reserve currency status by the petrodollar deal. Okay, so Nixon pulled it off, and Ford followed up.
A little bit of an historical take from Jim Rickards there on U.S. dollar dominance and how it was being propped up by the petrodollar. Now, the thing is, guys, the petrodollar is perhaps seeing the end of its days. This is why stablecoin legislation is very important and why it's a big issue in government. And this is why, guys, we are seeing the prices pump on anticipation of this regulatory framework looking very positive for cryptocurrency adoption. And David Schwartz even came out saying, a good analogy is XRP is being used as a cryptocurrency on the EVM sidechain. I guess some people were wondering, if it's being used on the EVM sidechain, is that going to add any value to the XRP ledger? Is it going to add value to XRP price? So it's not a direct use of XRP on the XRPL, but it's still part of the utility and value for XRP as a currency. Again, guys, this is coming from David Schwartz directly. Bitcoin is being used in far more places than just on the Bitcoin blockchain itself. So, if you guys think about it in that way, you can see XRP is still going to be very utilized in a lot of settings. If this goes through as a clean vote with no changes by the House, then Trump will sign them this Friday, this courtesy of Chad Steingraber. So guys, this is what we have. Vote schedule is in. The market structure bill coming in tomorrow, Wednesday, if you guys are watching this video on the day that I'm releasing it. And then the Stablecoin Act on Thursday. This then begs the question, how high could this bring prices? I know we're seeing Bitcoin slipping a little bit, although XRP, it's slipping a little bit now too, but we're still in this sweet spot right in here, I gotta say. What is realistic, guys? Could we see XRP price go over all-time high by the end of the week? Greg Crypto here also posting this. XRP to $3.65 is the Valhalla Gate key, okay? So he's saying mini key $12, maximum $23. This is one of my favorite charts, and it is my go-to macro chart for navigating XRP's next move. What he's looking at here, the beauty of this chart, it locates cycle bottoms, mid-cycle tops, and cycle tops. So cycle 1 in 2013, the cycle top followed by the mid-cycle top. Okay, and that's where we saw that mid-cycle top up here, and I'm sure that looks very familiar. That's what happened in 2021, guys. Cycle 2, mid-cycle top, then the formation of the most bullish setup touching the blue ribbon and confirming the cycle top. So that, of course, was in early 2018. Alert, in 2021, XRP showed a mid-cycle top. I don't consider it as a separate cycle. So he thinks that this cycle was part of the bigger cycle here. I mean, XRP and Ripple were mired in that lawsuit. That said, it's arguable because the rest of the cryptocurrency space did rally at this point in time. Cycle 3, he says, XRP touched the upper green ribbon and formed a mid-cycle top, producing an incredible bullish pattern. So next step, getting up to $3.65, perhaps. I mean, if we do see, the president signing off on these bills, could we see XRP get up to all-time high by the end of the week? And then, guys, are we looking at $27 per coin next? I mean, it is still anybody's guess. I do think we still have a ways to go, but I think prices are going to go higher, guys. I think targets are getting more bullish as the days go on. And for more information on where I'm going to be setting my price targets, because those days coming very, very soon, they're going to happen, boom, like that in the blink of an eye. Follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. I'm going to be putting out a couple more updates this week. I also want to thank everybody who's been purchasing Working Money Channel merch. The Send It Astronaut tee, I think, is highly appropriate for this time in the cycle. Check it out. Link is in the description. That's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.